Hi everyone, how's it going? Welcome to the channel. Zach D Productions here, and I'm here for a list video for you guys. This is one that I've actually been wanting to do for a while now, so for this video I'll be going over some bands that I happen to like quite a bit, but at the same time I feel have some annoying, frustrating, and toxic fan bases. That all of course depends on the bands we are talking about, of course. So this list, it's in no particular order, and there probably are more bands that I'm a fan of that have some ridiculous fan bases as well, but I just want to narrow this list down to just a few bands. Also keep in mind, this does not apply to every single fan of these bands. Of course, this just applies to either some of the fans or the majority of the fans. But let's go ahead and get started. The first band I want to mention here is Tool. I think most people can agree with me on this one, because unfortunately, Tool fans have gained this reputation of being elitist. I know that there's people out there that even refuse to check out the band Tool just because of the attitude of their fan base. A lot of them believe that Tool is the greatest band of all time, and if you don't agree with that, there's something wrong with you. Well, I guess there's something wrong with me too, because Tool is not my #1 favorite band of all time, not even close. But I like the band, I'm a fan of the band, I have all their albums, but I don't think that they're the greatest band of all time. And I think maybe the reason why I don't share that same passion with Tool fans is maybe because I haven't been a fan for as long and I don't have much nostalgia for this band. Because for those who don't know, I actually didn't become a fan of Tool till about 2018 or so. So shortly before their last album. But unfortunately, you know, I know that other people have had their complaints about Tool fans, about their superior attitudes or whatever. You know, they believe that there's something wrong with other people if they can't handle complexity, they can't handle odd time signatures, or, you know, 10-plus minute songs or whatever. I mean, it's ridiculous and it's silly, but yeah, unfortunately it's something that you do get within the Tool fan base. But once again, it's not all of them. Alright, so the next band up is Demon Hunter. Maybe a surprise choice, since this is a band that I do get passionate about myself, and understandably so, and it's understandably so for others as well. Not only were they one of the bands that got me into metal, but I think they're a very unique band and a very underrated band as well that I think deserves way more attention. And many people can agree with me on that as well. Now, my problem with Demon Hunter fans is actually not regarding toxicity. It's actually not, because from my experience, I've had mostly positive encounters with Demon Hunter fans, and we seem to agree on a lot of things. However, my issue with Demon Hunter fans basically boils down to the fact that I think that they're missing out musically. I do think that they're missing out on a lot of great bands. And the reason I say this is because, well, from what I've noticed, Demon Hunter fans are usually within these three categories. Either the category that Demon Hunter is the only metal band that they listen to, category 2 is they only listen to Christian metal, or category 3, they only listen to metalcore, or music alike, basically. Those are the three categories when it comes to most Demon Hunter fans, and that's where the issue lies with Demon Hunter fans, in my personal opinion, and from what I've seen. I don't know. I just think that there's other bands out there that Demon Hunter fans should open up their mind to. You know, other than bands that sound like them, even. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I feel like I make one of the few exceptions when it comes to Demon Hunter fans who are also into a ton of other bands that are not really like them. For example, you know, it's not every day you meet someone who's a Demon Hunter fan who's also a fan of bands like Iron Maiden and Dream Theater, for example. You know what I'm saying? And once again, I feel like I do make one of those exceptions, you know, because obviously I like all those bands. I don't know. Once again, I just feel like Demon Hunter fans are missing out a lot. I don't know if it's because they feel like Demon Hunter is all they need when it comes to metal. Now, that mainly goes for those who only listen to Demon Hunter as like the only band in metal that they listen to. Now, when it comes to those who only listen to Christian metal, I think that whole idea is just so bizarre to me. Like, that category has always frustrated me because, man, you're missing out on a lot of great bands just because of the fact that, you won't check out a band unless they're a Christian band. And I think a lot of them have this really bizarre idea. Now, this is obviously more so with the religious groups, but they have this weird idea and bizarre idea that if they dare listen to a secular band or a band that's labeled as non-Christian, that they'll be influenced in a negative way, or they'll be led astray, or they'll be possessed or something. Like these weird, ridiculous ideas that are just simply not true. It's just absolutely silly to me. So, yeah, that is something that I did want to point out. I just think that, once again, these fans, they're missing out on a lot, And little do they know, Demon Hunter's influenced by a lot of non-Christian bands, I know that they're influenced by bands like Fear Factory and Korn, for example, and In Flames as well, So that is something that I did want to point out. But yeah, Demon Hunter fans, there's other bands out there besides Demon Hunter. Again, I get the passion for them. I get why you love this band. Maybe they're your favorite band. I totally get it. But there's other bands out there, all right? That is something I do have to say. So the next band up is Breaking Benjamin. This is an obvious one. I know that I've ranted about Breaking Benjamin fans before. A lot of fans can be pretty toxic. And, like with Tool fans, a lot of Breaking Benjamin fans also believe that if Breaking Benjamin's not your favorite band of all time, that there is something wrong with you as well. Something's just not right up here for some reason. I don't know. And, I remember even years ago ranting about Breaking Benjamin fans, and it just amazes me that this is still something that I see today because, you would think that the fan base would grow up at this point. Or at least, grow up and explore other styles of music. Because I do believe that Breaking Benjamin fans are also missing out on a lot of great bands as well. Because, well, again, they're kind of, I guess, stuck in their own little genre as well. Because all they know is modern hard rock for some reason. This is all they want to stick with. Now, if Breaking Benjamin is your favorite band, I have no issue with that whatsoever. There was a time where they were my favorite band. But again, there's other bands out there besides Breaking Benjamin, all right? And a lot of fans won't admit this, but I think one of the main reasons why a lot of people say Breaking Benjamin is the greatest band of all time is just because of their association with the Halo games. And it's not even like, the Halo games have been that good recently anyway. In my opinion, there hasn't been a good game in the franchise since Halo 4, so yeah, imagine being a Halo fan in 2022, right? Either way, it's not really a valid reason to place a band at number one just because they're associated with a franchise that you're obsessed with, Like, it's silly. It's silly and it's ridiculous. But yeah, I think Breaking Benjamin fans can take things a little too far as well. But yeah. But obviously it's not all of them. Now, I still like Breaking Benjamin, and I know how to put the fan base aside. Like, I can still listen to Breaking Benjamin without, thinking about the toxicity in their fan base. So there's that. So the last band I want to mention here is actually a tie between three bands, and those three bands are Genesis, Yes, and King Crimson. Basically the progressive rock music scene. Surprisingly, this is something that I've been dealing with in recent time. Recently, it's mostly been boomers that have had their remarks, which is weird because you think they would be, mature, like, it's just ridiculous. Like, I've been told by some YouTube comments that I don't know what I'm talking about because I haven't grown up with these bands or whatever. I've gotten comments like, oh, a 12-year-old's talking about Genesis. Now, first of all, I'd like to say that, yes, I do realize I do look pretty young for my age. But I don't look young enough to be 12, for crap's sake. Like, whatever. But yeah, people have said these things, and, and these are the same people that claim, oh, this generation doesn't know what good music is. But yet when we do, it's like, oh, well, you have no room to talk about these bands. You have no credibility or whatever because you didn't grow up with these bands like us 50-year-olds did. Whatever, man. So yeah, that's my issue with the prog rock fan base. Simple as that, I guess. But yeah, that's my list, guys. Let me know what you think. What are some bands that you happen to like that have some pretty annoying fan bases? Feel free to let me know. What did you think of this list? Thanks for watching. Take care.